I did say that the Device Discovery Backend of the OP agent, which leverages NAPAM, is able to discover and ingest more entities than the SNMP Backend Discovery. Today, we will see that for ourselves. What we'll do is that we'll discover this same network with the SNMP Discovery Backend. We'll look at what we ingest into NetBox. Then we'll discover the very same network with the Device Discovery Backend. Then we'll compare what we saw with both discoveries. So let's dive right in. We'll be discovering this very simple two-spine, four-leaf topology. We don't have a lot going on here, just IP addressing, VLANs, and BGP. So essentially just IPs and VLANs, all right? And we are using this very simple topology intentionally just to establish the fact that even with the simplest of topologies, we can have differences in the entities that we discover and ingest between these two backends. We'll be ingesting this into this NetBox instance. As you see, at this time, there is no data, nothing within NetBox. So let's proceed and discover our network with the SNMP Discovery Backend. These are the steps that would go through to discover a network with the SNMP Discovery Backend. We went through all of these in our previous video, which is in our description. So I won't go through this end to end. All that I would do is that I would add this agents.yaml file and then we would execute. So let's do that. So right here, we have our op agent. Let's get our agent.yaml file. This. We add. Let's check to ensure we have the right thing. All right, we have it. Then we would run the agent. Let's clear the screen and we run the agent. So it would take about 5 minutes for our SNMP Discovery Backend to fully discover our network. So we would pause the video and we come back when we are done and check what we have in NetBox. Okay, so our 5 minutes is up. Let's come to NetBox and refresh NetBox and see what we have. So if you look at NetBox, we have 6 devices. We have a device type, we have interfaces, we have MAC addresses, we have site, platform, manufacturers. Then under IPAM, we have IP addresses and we have VLANs. So if we look at the devices, we have our 6 devices, 4 leaves, 2 spines. Recall that with the type, the device type, we did not pull this automatically with default SNMP. We had to add some SNMP extensions in our previous video. So take note of that. So essentially, this is what we have with the SNMP with the SNMP Discovery Backend. And we see our tags here, the op agent, SNMP Discovery. So all good. Now, if we want to match this against op documentation, we look at the SNMP Discovery. It says that, well, we can have devices, interfaces, IP addresses, MAC address, platform. So we have all of these. In our case, we don't have virtual chassis module base in our Arista COS infra. So yes, we're able to discover and ingest what it says we should be able to, but there are some key objects that we do not see here. We will try the discovery with the Device Discovery Backend, which leverages NAPAM, then we can compare. So this is what I would do. Now that you've seen what we have, all right? So we have IP addresses, all of that, VLANs. So now that you've seen what we have with the SNMP Discovery Backend, I'll go ahead and delete all of these, and then we'll discover the network again with our Device Discovery Backend. So I'll be back once this is fully deleted and clean. All right, I'm back. All the data that we discovered and ingested with the SNMP Discovery Backend deleted from NetBox. NetBox now clean. Next, we'll discover the same topology with the Device Discovery Backend. The same thing. Now, because this is a demo, I'm having the password show here, but if you are doing this in prod, make sure you have the right way to manage your secrets. Okay, so let's go back to our op agent. Then what we'll do is that we'll replace our agent.yaml file. So we have our agent.yaml file right here. We can look at it. Cool. Then what we'll do is that we will run this agent. So it will also take a couple of minutes, let's say 5 minutes, for you to discover the policy has been applied successfully. So we'll just get into these boxes and try and discover. So we'll give this about 5 minutes. We'll come back and we see what we have in NetBox. Okay, so we have 5 minutes gone. Let's refresh our NetBox and see what we have. Okay, so we see our 6 devices like we did before, but there is one thing to note. See, the type was discovered for us automatically. We didn't need any kind of extensions. So that's the first thing, right? For the SNMP discovery, by default, we didn't get the actual type. We had to use some extensions. For the device discovery, we didn't need to use any extensions. Okay, so that's good. Then we have interfaces, MAC addresses, sites, platforms, manufacturers. The same thing, right? We saw all of these with the SNMP discovery. Then for IPAM, we have the VLANs, 6 VLANs also. We have IP addresses, but now we have prefixes also. We did not see the prefixes with the SNMP discovery. So, with the device discovery, we have our prefixes. So these are loopback /32. It says that 100% utilized, of course, one IP assigned. But we have other cases where we have the /24 that we have some of the IP addresses assigned. It tells us that we have 2.4% of our IP space utilized. We have these child IPs. Then we have these IPs available. First IP available tells us and all of that. So I mean, this is cool, right? Because this is proper IP address management. We have an idea of the blocks we have, how utilized they are, which IPs have been assigned from those blocks, which IPs from those blocks are available, which are active, and all of that. We don't get this with the SNMP Discovery Backend. So if we check documentation for the Device Discovery Backend, this one, it gives us an idea of the entities that we can discover and ingest through Diode. So we have this device type right here, which we did not see with the SNMP Discovery. Then we have the key one, prefixes, that we also did not see with the SNMP Discovery. We are not doing any fancy VRFs, and we don't have the virtual chassis and modules with our Arista COS. So unless you have an idea, even with the simplest of topologies, that the Device Discovery Backend gives us more information than we can get with the SNMP Discovery Backend. But what if we have data that we need to ingest, which is not covered under both the SNMP Discovery Backend and the Device Discovery Backend? Well, we have an option to run a custom implementation as part of the obligent, right? Using the worker backend. And we have one more scenario that you might run into. Let's say we have BGP sessions, the session that we are running here. We want to ingest these and populate into NetBox. Now, the regular NetBox modules, if you look at BGP, where is it? If you look at BGP, the kind of objects we can have would be the ASNs, ASN ranges, aggregates, and all of those things. But we don't have objects like the actual BGP sessions, right? So BGP sessions, right here, policies, prefix list, and all of those. We install the plugin to get this information, right? So that means that even if we send this through Diode, because it is not part of the native NetBox modules, we may not be able to get this through Diode, or we can't get it through Diode. An option that we have is just write a simple script that will just go discover these details and populate into NetBox. I may look at a video that covers that. So at least now we've gone through the SNMP discovery, we've gone through the device discovery. The other native discovery option is the Nmap, which is very simple, but you have an idea of what you can see with the device discovery that you cannot see with the SNMP discovery. If you found this video helpful, kindly hit like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.